poppin', y'all? We are back with another episode of Stay Golden. As always, you know who it is. It's your girl, the one and only Lexi. How's everybody doing tonight? I just want to say thank you guys for all the support on all the previous videos. I definitely do feel all the love in the room. It feels big. As we dive into season 1, like I told you guys on episodes, we're going to be having these interviews with people that were kind of like controversial, you know what I mean? And kind of like maybe played a part, maybe played a background part, were maybe brought in. And with that being said, you guys, we are bringing a special guest tonight. This is my girl, you guys, for a super long time. We've been friends since literally grade school. I want to bring my baby up, Maritza.
Hello, my name is Maritza.
How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. I'm nervous.
I'm excited. For sure. I know it's like such a new environment to like be on here, like sitting here talking in front of all these cameras.
For sure. I'm the background character.
Right. So I want to say, you guys, like me and Maritza have such a different friendship from any other friend that I've actually like high-key had in my life, because like we've actually really like been through really big moments together.
For sure.
We both became friends in Arizona, like I said, in grade school. Coincidentally, both moved to Washington, both get married, and then coincidentally, circumstances bring us back to Arizona within weeks of each other. And here we are in Arizona, you guys, recording this podcast. So it's just like, this is really crazy. We're literally about to be 30. I've known her since I was probably like, how old?
Grade school girl, like?
Probably like 11.
I would say 10, yeah.
10,
sure
11.
Yeah.
Like, this is my girl way, way, way back. So, like I've told you guys in previous videos, like I kind of took off in the social media world, and I was around all the influencer models. We was around all the baddies, and with that, you start to like migrate your friend groups together, which is actually really, really hard to do when you're a grown up, because you have like your childhood friends and then you have your new friends, and when you're trying to mash it together, like, it's fucking crazy.
It was definitely a mash.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
At first, though, it was tight. It was, like, super, super popping. Like, we was always popping out together. We would always pop out on the weekend. You know, them kid-free weekends go crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah, literally. Literally. So, with that being said, like, I wouldn't say that you, like, played a super big part in anything. Honestly, I would say it was, like, I would say the stuff that kind of like did go on was honestly really minor to me personally.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Like when we did have a sit down conversation, like I told you, like, you're my girl, I love you, I would never let no weird energy, no weird bitches, you feel me, get in the way of all these years of friendship. We're not doing that. So with that being said, I want to say, when I fell out with my co-host, you guys, and we're always keeping it real here, right? We're not talking shit. We're just clarifying.
For sure.
When I fell out with my co-host, I called you and I told you what happened.
For sure. I came over to your place.
Right. And then, like, I seen y'all hanging out. You feel me? And that hurt my feelings.
But in my defense,
yeah,
when we talked about it, you're like, I don't care if you're friends with her. I was like, okay, cool, you know. And it took a while for us to even make it again.
Right.
It was a special occasion that we
right. Which I do want to clarify. I did say that. You guys, like I said, I'm 27. I'm about to be 28. So it's like, of course, I want to be mature and be like, you know, hang out with her.
It's fine.
Yeah, don't pick and choose. But I think, like, if we're going to keep it real here, like, and be real with ourselves, like, I was kind of like, damn, what the hell? Like,
for sure.
And then only because we hadn't seen each other and we really weren't hanging out, which I'm not going to say is really your fault. Like I said, you guys, when I started to take out in social media world, I got really, really busy.
For sure, which I understood.
Yeah, my schedule got really, really jam-packed. And, like, for instance, we would always go to, like, our kids' birthdays, and there were birthdays that got missed. And I apologize for that.
And it was the same for me. I know that was, I think,
and I apologize for that. You know, I think that anytime we're like doing super good and our schedules get really busy, like, we don't want to forget the people that like really have held us down through moments that like, you know, I didn't even think I was going to pull through. So I love you, of course, you know.
I love you too, yeah. We've grown together.
For sure.
Yeah.
So let's spin it back to the tea thing. So
I went out with her and you felt some type of way.
Right. So pretty much like there was a kind of like some silent, I'm not gonna say beef between me and Maritza, you guys, but it was like some silent kind of tension. Yeah, it was some silent tension. And pretty much, of course, like with that being said, we did have some text back and forth, and I'm the type of person like when I'm texting, you don't really know the tone of a conversation, right?
Right. Oh, for sure.
So it's like I could be texting you something and it could be super misconstrued because
sure.
maybe you're already like in a negative energy or I'm already in a negative energy, so I'm reading it and I'm like, what the fuck is this bitch saying? You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
or what
something like
attitude is
that.
that?
Like,
Like-
why is she talking to me like that? You know
Right,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
So I told her like, let's meet up and talk. So that's what we did. Baddies having breakfast, and we pretty much talked about everything, and that was probably one of the only fights that we've actually ever.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even say it
Literally.
was fight. I would just say one of the only kind of big differences we've ever had in like our friendship.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
That involved them.
Yeah.
You know. And we both like kind of made vows to each other to pretty much like start seeing each other more, start including each other more in things, and
Right.
as much as we can. I mean, we are both super busy people. We both work full-time jobs, you guys. We both have 3 kids, 3 daughters.
3 boys.
So it's just like we're super busy. So we definitely do try to make time for each other.
Like today.
Right, literally. So with that being said, that was one of the moments that kind of like impacted our friendship at a certain point in time.
For sure.
And then, you know, there is one more situation. I wouldn't say it's a big one, but you guys, when I don't know if I'm the only one. So if this is something that you've been through, comment below. I'm curious, but have you ever fell out with somebody and they tried to gain access to you by talking to other people? That's weird.
For sure.
So that was pretty much like what the scenario was. Like, I had somebody, you know, maybe trying to reach out to me, gain clarification about a situation, and was like going through great lengths to be able to like kind of talk to me. And not only that, also kind of make me feel some type of way.
Yeah. I'm more so like, yeah, gain access to you in some way.
Yeah.
That's the intention for sure.
Like, you're not in my main circle anymore,
Right.
so you're going to reach out to somebody that is my A1, day one that I've known for years and years and years, which is high-key crazy as fuck.
Well, just to be clear, me and her have not a relationship because, like I said, you mixed your friends with mine when you got
Right,
older.
of course, of
And
course.
I made some good friendships, and so yeah, with her, with that one, it's particular.
Well, and I want to clarify, too, the drama with this one person that we're talking about, is like a silent beef between me and her. Like, I've actually, like I told you numerous times, like, we've actually never sat down and actually kind of like said what's going on, but like deleted each other off of social media, you know, made subliminals, has made attempts to reach out and been denied access because peace is everything. And yeah.
More so a negative character.
And it was so minor, you guys, that when this person did reach out to you, I think you reached out to me like days later. Like, like, hey, I gotta tell you something.
Right. Not even something like, hey, so what happened with X, Y, and Z? And I'm like,
right.
I'm not sure. That was a long time ago.
Right. Like, why are we still even talking about that?
Literally. That's literally my thought. But I mean, hey.
But I am gonna say on video, you guys, and to the person that I'm talking about, if you are watching this, mad love for you. But I just don't move like that. And to answer your questions, like, I'm not going to clarify anything that you didn't reach out to me in the beginning and ask for clarification on. We had a whole ass silent subliminal fight about our friendship, and you never reached out, but you want to reach out about things that are like almost irrelevant.
To you specifically.
Yeah, so that's really what I have to say about that. And moving on. You feel me? Do great things.
Always.
You know
We're
what I
not
mean?
with the negatives over here.
Yeah.
Squash it and move on. That's the thing over here.
And I know, like, while you guys are watching this, like, for the viewers that, like, really don't know what's going on, like, I hope you guys are kind of, like, starting to understand, like, as we go through episodes, like, wow, it was, like, kind of messy there for a minute. I would say, like, I was doing super good, and then it just kind of, like, started to just, like, deplete.
Right. It was, like, one thing after another, and then another. Like, you've had a lot of losses of friends and just, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to somebody, you guys, and I'm about to really drop something super crucial on you guys right now. I was talking to somebody about what was going on, and they said, You built a team to defeat you. I said, that's crazy. And I was like, that's literally crazy. I literally got all these women together. We did photo shoots. We networked. We did all these things. And in the end, like, I did have fallings out with each one.
For sure.
From hot Cheeto girl drama to, issues about saying I wasn't black presenting.
Oh.
Which, don't worry, we're going to touch on that in another episode.
That was crazy.
So it's just like, like I tell you guys too, social media is toxic and girls are drama, right? You have to watch the ones in your circle. And when you have people that you're like carrying through different phases of your life, for instance, you and me, we've been friends since childhood.
Yeah.
Marriages, now this phase of my life. So it's just like when you have those real ones, like you take them to the top, the ones that really don't kind of do you wrong, the ones that you can sit and talk to about things, and you just kind of X out all the negative.
For sure.
So it was a big like learning journey for me.
Sure. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's not meant for you will not stay.
Yeah, literally. And I just love you. I mean, I know you weren't really like involved in the influencers, but what was like your take on that? Like when I started to take, like, what was your take on that at the beginning?
Honestly, super supportive.
Yeah.
I've seen from when you weren't this confident, you're a stay-at-home mom, doing your thing, blah,
literally.
Blah, blah. And then, you went through your shit, and you blossomed into like this beautiful butterfly.
Literally.
Yeah. So when you started the influencers, I mean, of course, I was super supportive, but it's like I don't fit in personally, I don't think I fit in that category of like plus size or I'm so tall. I'm 5'11" for the record.
Right.
So I feel like
we love a tall baddie, you guys. You know what I do want to say though, now that we are on the topic of that, when I first launched influencers, my main drive, you guys, was plus size, period. Yeah. Like, I was putting on for women for, like me. Mm-hmm. However, now that we've done a super big rebrand, now we're kind of moving from plus size to more body positivity. I think it has a more positive, you know what I mean?
More inclusive, too.
Yeah, it's more, like, size inclusive and just, I've had people say that we're, like, trying to promote obesity, and that's, like, the complete opposite of what we're doing. So, do your research, you know what I mean? We're just out here doing things that skinny girls do already. It just gets a little bit of clout because we chunky, we looking good. You know what I mean?
More clout, for sure.
But thank you so much for, like, supporting me and stuff. I always do feel support from you. And even though you don't do shoots, I do reach out to you as much as I possibly can remember. And I'm like, do you want to do a shoot?
I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like, no, I'm good.
With that being said, if you guys are watching, I do have a calendar shoot. December 9th, it's going to be in Arizona. So if you guys are baddies, I do have 3 more months available. So tap in with me for a small fee for the low.
It's going to be fun.
Literally. Fun. Networking with the baddies. Reach out to me. You guys know we got that big platform. Let's get you out there.
For sure, it's big.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. We love what we do. I'm so happy that I could even just get back to things like...
Right.
Yeah.
Came back like it never left.
I would say, like, when I was taking the 6-month hiatus, like, it wasn't like I sat there and I told everybody, like, I'm going to take a 6-month break. Like, I was just, like, so in the pits, you know? Like, man, when you guys fall out with someone super close to you, like, it felt like a death. It was so hard.
It was hard for you, yeah.
It really, like, knocked me off track. For sure.
It did. But I think just, like I said, negativity separates itself from you. Like, that was like a blessing in disguise, to be honest.
Yeah. And I'm happy that I had you to, like, kind of fall back and, like, when everything happened, that we could really have those real conversations as grown-up women. And, you guys, when I'm sitting here talking to you guys, like, I want you guys to understand, like, I make many, many mistakes. And I do talk about this in other videos. We are not perfect people. I could have been sitting up here having this conversation with you guys right now and literally made a mistake, offended somebody. You just don't know. But the thing is you have to start communicating. People don't know what you don't say, right? We're not fucking mind readers.
Yeah, no, I think communication is like the hardest for people. I don't know why, especially between friends. I mean, between us, it just came. But having hard conversations is hard. It's
the fear of rejection,
right?
We don't want to have this serious conversation with our friend and then not be friends anymore after being friends for almost 20 years.
Right. But that's where maturity comes in. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, like, if you guys are watching this and you guys have, whether it's a small friend group or a big friend group, if you're having a disagreement with your friend, right? Let's say it's something that you don't necessarily agree with, or it's not something that they don't agree with, and you guys stop being friends over that, you guys were never friends to begin with.
For sure.
If you guys cannot have a real conversation, you guys were never friends to begin with, and you should really like check that. Yeah, check your environment, check who's in your circle. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you,
something can start out good and then end up horrible.
Yeah.
Or something can start out real and end up being fake. You know what I mean?
Change of events is a real thing when you are in your 20s and your 30s trying to figure out your friend group.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I actually had like hella friends. When I first blew up with influencers, I had hella friends. Now that like I took a break, I reevaluated, I'm like, okay, I'm a little lonely duckling out here. I got the few real ones, but I'm going to the top kind of solo, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, damn, what the fuck happened?
Right. Because you're so used to having like large groups, like with the influencers, it was a lot of people.
Yeah, no cap, you guys. Like, when we would pop out, numbers.
For sure.
Y'all, we did an all-white party at my crib near AJ in Arizona, you guys. Super fire-ass crib, right? 50 people. In my little three bedroom, which is kind of a lot of people when you're first starting out in the modeling world.
Yeah.
50 people that came to all white, dressed all white, right? And then when we would do videos, you guys, like 3.1 milli, 190K, like, and that's doing big ass numbers.
Yeah, that's something. For sure.
And it's just like nobody was understanding, like, if we just kept doing this, like, I'm trying to put y'all bitches on game, like, bitches is acting delusional, like, this is what we're doing, like, it's just like bitches weren't understanding that. And there's some that were, but there was a lot that really, really weren't. Like,
we went through, I mean, not we, but you went through like a lot of girls. Like,
girl, fuck that, we did.
I met
fuck that, we did.
Hell yeah. Like, I met so many of your friends from there.
Right.
Like, holy crap. Like,
there's still a couple friends I'm still questionable about. I ain't even gonna cap y'all. But,
the real ones stay solid. It's fine.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, too. Like, I still haven't had those real conversations with a couple that I'm unsure about, which maybe I do need to have.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're keeping it real, and maybe that is something that I need to do is, like, really have those real conversations.
Yeah.
Let's stop the subliminals. Let's have that real conversation. Tap into the comments. Let's schedule a little breakfast,
Right. That's what we did, and it worked
You
out
got my
fine.
number. But, yeah, I really love you guys, and I'm really happy that we could even have Maritza up here to kind of give a little bit of a insider as to kind of what went on,
I played a little middle part, so I'm just kind of getting it out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's no bad blood. That's
Not
not why
at
we're
all.
sitting here. It's not to tarnish anyone's name, like I
Not
said.
at all.
It's not to talk negative or talk shit. It's just,
Right.
you guys, this is my podcast. I can't sit up here with you guys and have all these great interviews and not keep it real. That's the whole purpose of a podcast, is to air it out, clear the air, really talk about things that a lot of people don't want to talk about in the public eye.
Right. Social media is fake at the end of the day, and that's real.
Right.
With a lot of people, what you see is not what you get in real life. That's for sure.
And honestly, majority of all my influencer models, you guys, have met me through social media.
Right.
So with that being said, the ones that I fell out with, I mean, what not a better way to give them the answers to their questions versus watch my podcast.
Right.
Subscribe, baby.
Right.
Like, what I mean?
Might as well if you're already watching.
Like, literally, leave a little likey comment.
Yeah.
But,
it's your truth. This like first season, I think, is like your truth.
Yeah.
Because you definitely stayed quiet on a lot of things.
I did.
So it's like your truth right now. I'm here for it.
I want to say, you guys, compared to years ago, I have changed a lot. I've calmed down a lot.
Yeah.
And years ago, how I would have handled situations would have been super different than how I handle them now.
Right.
Because, like I say, like, I'm mature. I can articulate, I can communicate. But years ago, I couldn't. You guys, I could not. I've grown so much.
For sure.
For sure. I'm like, you already know. Literally.
The glow up is real over here.
Literally. Sure. You too. You look beautiful as always.
It's been rough.
With that being said, you guys, we finna wrap this up. As always, love and light. I feel like we're going through the trenches. I've been talking to some of my friends, and I feel like some of us are kind of going through the trenches. So I really want to say before I wrap this video up that if you are going through the trenches right now,
Stay up.
Stay up. Keep doing what you're doing. Just
It gets better.
it gets better. You gotta stay afloat. Reach out. I will help in any way that I can. You guys, we're really like on a whole different wave, and I want to start giving back where we can. So reach out to me. I love you guys. Feel free to tap into the next episode. Subscribe, like, and comment.
Bye.